We have just some teeny tiny basics here that we've picked up. We have a bale of straw, some pine shavings, a bag of feed. Somewhere in there are the pig nipples for the buckets to make a water, and we've got some T-posts there. So this is kind of what we have to get going. I've got the buckets inside, another bag of feed just in case, and like a feed scoop because I want to measure out a pound and then mark it in the bucket or in the scoop so that we know what we're feeding. So I'm hoping to kind of go through some of these buildings. The kitties are eating, and find like a food bowl kind of a thing or whatever. There's so much stuff. I know we can find something that we can use. So hopefully, with any luck, we're gonna have this all set up tomorrow morning. All right, look at these finds. So a partial roll of fencing, can always use that. A cinder block, again, can always use that. Some tomato or cucumber cages, a partial roll of chicken wire, bucket, again, always, bird feeder, and then this cool little guy that plants seeds in a row. How cool is that? And one lonely T-post. All right, so we're on a time crunch, so we're working hard, but this is going to be the pig pen in the future. So this is the crazy ugly before. Okay, so everybody's just out and crazy right now because it's like, it's not warm, but it's not rainy and awful like it has been. So just ignore all the life noises. But so this was going to be a garage that they did, never finished. So we were thinking we could drive T-posts in this front opening here, slide pallets down over them, and we'd have like a decent fence that we could just pull a pallet off to get in and out, that kind of thing. But Ronnie was driving the T-post down and found there's concrete poured under here. So now we're working on plan B. So in our chest freezer, we have the stuff that we've been able to stock up for Mr. Pig. These are some veggie scraps. And then this is just like so much bread. So much bread. This is obviously a different time. We do have Mr. Pig now, but I'm trying to get these all cut together so that they make sense. So our plan B was these two boards, and they ran the full length, and that worked pretty well for like 6 hours until he realized he could put his little pig feet right up on top of there to get out. And part of that was probably our fault because it really isn't that much lower than the other part of the enclosure here. We were leaning over it to pet him and stuff like that. So I think that was our fault. So we just put these pallets up against it, and he's been perfectly fine with it. No escaping as of yet. The only other spot that we had an issue was over here. My shadow is in the way, so I don't know if you guys can totally see, but this is kind of what was much higher. It was very mounded up. And both Mr. Pig and I have been working to flatten it back out. Because he climbed right up there, put his little feet right up there, and you could see his wheels turning. He was getting ready to climb on out of there. So we had to put some pallets there as well. And we just tied them to the existing nuts and bolts, I guess, that were already here. I'm not sure what they're for. Probably somebody who does like mason construction understands that, but we just tied them off of that to hold them still. So, and there he is.
This is an old pressure tank that's been halved, and we found it. We ground it down and put some foam on this side of it, coarse edge. We're just going to repurpose it.